Hello everyone, welcome back to Obsessive Prepper-AZ. Today I want to do a quick video on just reminding everybody about these emergency food buckets and preparing. Why are we preparing? We're looking at food shortages across the country, not even in the United States, but the United Kingdom and across the country, the world. And a lot of people are thinking about doing food storage. And the reason why I wanted to do this video real quickly is I want you to be a prepper, be prepared, but I want you to have some of the knowledge that I can give you that you don't make mistakes. Now, I was at Winco tonight, and that's what spurred me to do this video. I did a video 8 years ago, and I will leave it at the end of this. So after I get done talking, if you want to see the video, apologies, it's going to be grainy. It's before I edited and had the editing tools, but it gives a lot of information. So going back to Winco, I took this picture of Winco. They've got several of the number 10 cans. Now the prices on dehydrated and freeze-dried food is gone through the roof. And so on most of my videos anymore, I will show you how to do it, to do food storage affordable without having to buy all the number 10 cans. Now I have countless videos showing you all my food storage room, number 10 cans, stuff that I put into mason jars, Mylar bags, across the spectrum. And when I talk about food storage, when you're doing food storage, you want to think about water. You want to think about electricity. How are you going to cook your food? So when I do this, I don't try to neglect it. I have several videos where I show you emergency water situation, electricity, how to cook, but it's primarily into the emergency food buckets. Now, my video that I did 8 years ago, I called out Augustin because on the video, I will leave little clips here as we're going along, that it was 25 shelf life, 25-year shelf life, and that's what they used to put on the bucket. And after I did this video, a few months later, I noticed that things had changed, and instead of putting shelf life 25 years, what they are doing is up to 25 years. That still to me is deceiving. But, you know, you have to do your homework when you're going to do food storage, things like that. But to me it's deceiving because a lot of people want to trust what they're buying. But you know, when you're buying food, you need to read the labels because it's not necessarily always healthy or the truth of what they're putting on the labels. So I was at Winco. I took this picture. I'm going to go ahead and clip through here. They have food storage pails for dinner and lunch items. I went ahead and on this half, I went ahead and I put the nutritional content for each item. Here, I will try to zoom in so you can actually see it. Now, where my concern is they say up to 25 years. There is only one item here that I would call a 25-year food item. Everything else, I would disagree wholeheartedly. Probably maybe 7 to 10 years. You might get 15 years depending on how it's stored. You know that you need to always have it in room temperature if you're going to want the longest shelf life, or cooler. You don't want light on it, you don't want heat on it, and air free. And so they went ahead and did all that with the bucket. Where you store it will depend on you. But on this, you've got things like, let's see, we've got maple brown sugar oatmeal. Total fats is 2.5 grams of fat. That is not a 25-year shelf. Now, if it was just the oatmeal, it'd be 25 years plus. If it was just the sugar, it could be 25 years plus. But they put something into this oatmeal that has a fat content. What does that mean? That means it can go rancid because of the fats that are in it, the oils that are in it. So you have to think about, is it better to buy a bucket meal for $70, or is it better to store something like my oatmeal that I've got here that is just the oatmeal and store it that away, and you add your items to it because you're not going to get 25 years. They also have fettuccine Alfredo. The grams on that is 11 grams of fat. That means there's a lot of fats in that. So think about how long that's going to store. Maybe max 7 years. You know, there are people that have got longer, but it will tend to go rancid. You've got your cheesy broccoli rice at 4.5 grams of fat. Again, 12 grams of fat for the creamy chicken fried rice. So what oils and fats did they put in there? They're putting that stuff in there to make it taste better, but you're not going to get the shelf life on that. You'd have to think about, on something like this, the creamy chicken fried rice would be something like a Knorr package that you could buy, and you could probably get 4 years off of it, 5 years before it starts going rancid. And you know, as preppers, we've all kind of pushed the envelope, the limits on how long you can store things, and maybe there will be some people out there that have been successful with longer shelf life. Again, I live in Arizona, so cooler temperatures are always going to be a plus for you, but you're not going to get 25 years for that product. You've got Spanish rice with 0.5 grams of fat in it. So that one you could probably get an excess of 15 years on it, maybe even longer. The next item, creamy potato soup with 8 grams of fat. More fat, I don't have to keep reiterating on it, you get the idea. Hearty vegetable chicken flavored soup, 0 grams of fat. That one there you can store for a long period of time. There is no fats in that. On your banana chips, you have got 15 grams of fat. Need I say more? And the next item is the morning moo, 2.5 grams of fat. So you're not going to get 25 years on that. You might look at the Nido milks, skim milk that is in a powder, but keep away from fat content. So Augustin now has a bucket meal that is a lunch bucket meal. And while it's a neat idea, $55 I don't think is affordable. I think it's something that you can do for yourself. Now the first item they have in here is elbow macaroni. You can store any kind of pasta, the white pasta, up to 25 years because it is dried. I have several videos that I'll leave here that you can link to that I talk about food storage on pasta. The next item they have is cheese powder, and what I like about this is they have it separated, so you can actually have cheese powder for eggs, but they're calling this lunch. So to me, if you're going to store something like that and not have to spend a ton of money, go get yourself some boxes of Kraft macaroni and cheese. Put them in mason jars, suck the air out, put it in Mylar bags, or keep it in the box, but put it in a Ziploc bag so you can keep bugs, weevils out of it, and store that in your 5-gallon buckets or however you want to store it. More affordable than $55 for elbow macaroni and cheese powder. Now you can purchase cheese powder in number 10 cans from Augustin. Honeyville makes it. Also, Winco sells it in the big barrels that you can go weigh it out and purchase your own, and you can store that away if you want to do it, and a lot cheaper than the $55. Next item is creamy potato soup. Let's see, that's 8 grams of fat. Again, you know, if you want it and it's all stored and you don't want to have to do it, but I still think it's not affordable. And you know, I'm not trying to just pick on, you know, August, and there are several bucket companies out there that I would treat probably just about the same. They all want to call each other separate and different, but they're all about the same. The next item is cheesy broccoli rice. You could buy the Knorr, you can buy Pasta Mates, all those in the Mylar packages, and store that away without spending this expense. Chicken flavored noodle soups and corn chowder. Both of them, 7 grams of fat, 1.5 grams. So $55 again is a lot of money when you can do this yourself. I have plenty of videos. I keep saying this. Go back to my food prep playlist. I've got several videos on how to do this and do it smartly without having to purchase these big bucket meals. And if you want to do your own meals in buckets, I show videos on meals in a jar. Or put your meals in the jars, put them in the buckets, stack them up, or in your Mylar bags, or in Ziploc baggies, but do it your way, what's better for your family without spending a lot of money. So I wanted to end this video. If you want to keep watching to the end of the video and watch my 8-year-old video, sorry about the graininess, but this is my opinion, and I've been doing food preps food storage for over 20 years, and I'd say I'm a little knowledgeable in what I come across and what I've dealt with. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe. And if you want to be notified for future videos, ring the bell. I hope you enjoy the next clip. Hey everyone, Obsessive Prepper AZ here today. I have been thinking about doing this video for quite some time. I've seen comments and I've seen things out there about Augustin, and I learned this lesson, I'm going to call it probably 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. And I'm seeing comments and things, and I just, you know, take it for what it's worth. The information I'm going to give you, this is by no means a slam to Augustin. I've noticed some discrepancies on their sites, on their products. So I just would like to show you what I've got here, and then I would like to go through each item with you and then show you what I've got. So what I've got here, I'm not used to filming, like moving the camera, so bear with me on this. I've got the almond poppy seed muffin mix, the honey white bread and roll mix, vegetable stew blend, creamy potato soup mix, and then the same thing. Now here you see two different cans of the same thing. Well, Morning Moo is a product that Augustin does put out, and it was a few years ago on a label that they used to use. Now they put their Augustin Farms label on it. Now Morning Moo is something that I purchased at Costco in 6-packs, and I know Sam's Club had it at the same time. And on the outside of the package it states 25 years. And I think this is a big thing that people are looking at and then really not understanding the full site. I didn't until I actually got investigating this a couple years ago. And so I'm going to show you what I do now with my cans, but I just want to make everybody aware of how to learn what the shelf life is, what their recommended site is, and it's more in conjunction with Honeyville's suggested, other than where they're putting 25 years on their product. So I'm going to start out, I'm going to turn this around. I've never filmed like this before, so bear with me. On each of my cans, what I have done, get this in the picture frame here, my can. So what I do on the top of the lid is I write Almond Poppy Seed Muffins, Best Buy 2020. Almond Poppy Seed Muffins have a 10-year shelf life. This is per Augustin Farms. So I will write the 10 years. This is the Morning Moo that I purchased in the 6-pack from Costco. And so I've got my bread, Best Buy 2019, 10 years. Vegetable stew blend, 25 years. And then your potato mix, 10 years. So just to give you an idea, now I'm going to pull my iPad out, and I hopefully, like I said, bear with me because I would like to show you all what I've got here lined out so that everybody can see it. All right, I'm going to take 1 second so I can zoom in here properly so that you can see what I got going on here. You know, and it, like I said, take it for what it's worth. You know, it's information that I find interesting, that I just think that there is a little, I don't know if it's deception, I don't know what you would call it, but I don't think it's complete truth. I think it's, you know, obviously, again, it's buyers beware of what you've got going here. So I think I've got it zoomed in here enough. Alrighty. So what I've got here, just to start with, is I'm still working. We did a video on dehydrated onions. Let's see if I can get in here a little bit more. And this is her video of dehydrated onions. And in her video, she is talking about the well, darn it. Sorry about that. It went to her tagged question. All right, going back. So anyways, I don't have to show you the video. You can pull that up for yourself. But she does a video on dehydrated onions. And on the dehydrated onions, you would assume that when you purchase that number 10 can, it would be a full can. It is not a full can. And she has learned, and she shows you in the video, the actual quantity that's in it, the weight. She measures it out. She reconstitutes it. She does a thorough review of the dehydrated onions. So I just wanted to give you that because I'm not going to go through all that. Now here, let it load here, I've got a video that I've done that is freeze-dried mozzarella review, also warning on bad number 10 corns. And in that review of the mozzarella, I did the Honeyville mozzarella, but in this review, I talk about getting number 10 cans of Augustin corn that I had bought in the 6-packs from Costco. And I opened up those cans, and it was rancid, foul, not much of even feed corn. And so if you go to my review on mozzarella, you can go through that, and I explained to you kind of what my issues were with that. So I just wanted to go through that and it's not by any means bashing Augustin. It's if you purchase these products, you need to open them up once in a while. You need to try to rotate them and use them, and then you need to see what it is. Like I'm still working, you know, she buys the freeze-dried onions or the dehydrated onions, assuming she's got a full number 10 can, and it is less than a half a can of onions. So it's not it's deceiving to me. So I just wanted to put that out there. Okay, so where I'm going into on my next subject, it's got to load here. Okay, I'm going to try to get into this a little bit more where I can get this level. Okay, this is Augustin's bucket of food. And it's emergency food basics, and it feeds, I don't remember how many days. I didn't go as far into that because I wasn't as much interested as that as kind of the false claims. Sorry about that. People are playing me Words with Friends, and it keeps popping up. I didn't plan on doing my okay. So this is 203 servings, 38 sealed pouches. What I wanted to show you and what I found interesting, if I can keep going bigger here. Gotta love the iPad. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. See here? 25-year shelf life. And then it also tells you that it's packaged with contains the oxygen absorbers. But what I wanted to point out here is a 25-year shelf life. That's extremely deceiving. So you all go out, and you know, and I say you all, I mean when I lump us all into it, I am just as much to blame. Now, I haven't bought any of these bucket foods. I tell you in several videos, this is something that I don't do. But what I did purchase was Augustin's 6-packs of their number 10 cans from Costco. And what I wanted to do was walk through with you real quickly, well, as quickly as I can, how to read Augustin's site and to figure out what is and what isn't, because I think it's very deceiving as far as that. Okay, so here on Augustin, I'll try to get over here. You can read it. Okay, let's see, specifications, that's all we want. Okay, we're running right here. Okay, sorry about that. Cheesy broccoli with rice, vegetable stew blend, creamy potato soup, maple brown sugar, oatmeal, instant white rice, vegetarian meat substitute beef, so that's that TVP, morning moose milk alternative, and hearty vegetable chicken soup. Okay, so I'm going to show you the years on this, and then I'm going to take you back and show you how to find out the years for each product. So I went ahead and wrote this down. Now on the cheesy broccoli with rice, they don't actually have that, so this is probably something that they made up for the bucket. All they have on their site is the cheesy broccoli soup.
Now on their cheesy broccoli soup, it is only shelf stable for 10 years. Now you've got to understand, if you're prepping, that anything that's got milks, fats, things like that in it, they're not going to store as long. So that, you need to know right off the biscuit. Now anything that doesn't have the fats, the beans, things like that, then they will store longer. So you're already thinking that you've got a 25-year shelf life for every ingredient. No, that is not correct. Now the vegetable stew blend, which is here, does have a 25-year shelf life. And I'm reading off my little cheat sheet here. Creamy potato soup, the next product. You only have from Augustin a 10-year shelf life. Now the maple brown sugar oatmeal, I didn't have that. I didn't pull that up. We know oatmeal will store a long time, probably 25 years. But with your maple brown sugar, the maple is where it gets into that play area, so it could be less than. I didn't pull that up. White rice, we know, will last up to 30 years. Their vegetable beef substitute. Vegetarian meat substitute beef will only last up to 10 years. 10 years. Morning Moo's milk alternative, 25 years. Hearty vegetable chicken soup, 25 years. Okay, so we've gone through that. So just because that bucket says 25-year shelf life does not mean that it's 25 years on every product. So there again, buyer beware. If you're going to store these, it would be smart to go on Augustin's site, which I'm going to show you how to do, pull up each ingredient and then write it on the bucket. Because as far as I'm concerned, you're starting, if it's the one product is only 10 years, I'm figuring your entire bucket's only good for 10 years, unless you pull that one product out and rotate it and put the, let's call it the potato soup back into it. Or you use it and then put more new potato soup mix into it. So kind of deceiving on this. So moving to the next one. Okay. I guess it's the same thingy, but okay, went to that. Sorry about that. I tried to have this as organized as I could without having you guys sit here and wait around. Okay, so this is where I was talking about the cheesy broccoli soup mix. Now on the, they do not show on their site right now, as of today, a cheesy broccoli rice that they mention in that bucket. So what we're going to do, I'm going to try to zoom in just a little bit more, bring my camera down just a little bit more. Let's see, a little too much. Okay, I think we're good here. So I'm centered, on-centered. Okay, so when you're looking at this, you're going to scroll up, and where you're going to find here is this little red line. And on that red line it says nutrition facts, ingredients, directions, shelf life, and recipes. Because it doesn't show it on the main site. You have to go to this one site. So as it pops up, this is like the back of the number 10 can that you would get. And it has all the ingredients and how to use it, one thing or another. So this would be the end of that number 10 can. What on the number 10 can it fails to show is this shelf life. And I'm going to enlarge this so you can see it and then scroll over here as it loads. Okay, shelf life. I think I've got it large enough for you. Yeah. Best when stored in a cool, dry place at temperatures between 55 and 70 degrees. Sealed to 10 years, opened 1 year. So just being said, without even the rice, this product is not going to last 25 years. It is only going to last 10 years. So that's what I kind of just wanted to kind of go through with this on everybody. This is the okay, same thing, cheesy broccoli soup mix. Let's go here. Hearty vegetable chicken soup mix. So what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down and you're going to find nutrition, facts, ingredients, directions, shelf life, and recipes. Click on that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down. This one is 25 years. So shelf life, best when stored in a cool, dry place at temperatures between 55 and 70 degrees, sealed to 25 years, open to 1 year. So this is how you find out what your dates are on your products. I think it's, a lot of people, I guess you don't sit around and fiddle with this stuff like, I do, or some of us do. It's nice to learn from somebody else how to find these things and then know what you're going to store and how long you're going to store the products. Morning Moo, they've got it for 25 years. Let's just do an eggs and dairy. Try to find out what they've got for eggs and dairy just to give you kind of a clue. So they've got like the butter powders, the cheese blend powders, because we all talk about, storing some cheese because of, gosh, could you imagine having broccoli without cheese? Oh my gosh. Well, I love broccoli in itself, so that's probably a bad point, but okay, so the cheese blend powder. So we're going to go here to the directions, shelf life, scroll down. Cheese powder, sealed to 10 years. I don't know if you can see that. Sorry about that. Sealed to 10 years. 1 year open. So anyways, I just wanted to walk through this. This is Augustin's site. And like I said, going back to it, it is buyer beware. We should all study and, we all should be smart and know what we're doing and one thing or another. But, it's not necessarily the facts or the truth of the matter. I think we all kind of know what we're doing and then find out later some of the mistakes that we've done. So anyways, this whole point is these buckets, just because they state a 25-year shelf life, does not mean every product, scrolling down, sorry about that, every product is 25 years. And I just wanted to give you a guide on how to figure out, how to find out what your shelf lives are for all of these ingredients. So that being said, check out I'm Still Working. She does an awesome review on the the Augustin's dehydrated onions. Look at my mozzarella review and the warning that I have on the corn, and make up your own mind. I know a lot of people do not have this stuff in the stores readily available, one thing or another, but I just wanted to go through with it because I think you need to know. Like I said, I'm not trying to bash Augustin. I just have to say I've had 100% success with Honeyville, and every product that I open, the meals in my video on meals in a jar, where I show you their tomato powder, and every product that I've used from Honeyville has been great, and never had a discrepancy about, it says 10 pounds, but it's not 10 pounds, or it's 5 pounds, but it's not, and your volume isn't what it says in the can. The products are always 100% great. If you've ever had Honeyville's crumbled sausage, gosh, try it. It's great if you want meat in your food storage. It's excellent. So, I can, well, you know what? Yeah, I won't take you out there. I will do another video showing you my food storage and showing you that I have a ton of Augustin food storage and number 10 cans. But I also have Honeyville, and once I found Honeyville, I kind of switched over. But this isn't by any means bashing Augustin. I just wanted to clear up some of the discrepancies that I have found from their site. And like I said, I've been thinking about it for some time now, and then I saw I'm Still Working did the video on the dehydrated onions, which spurred me to think, wow, you know what, I just need to do another video and show you how to figure out what your shelf life is. So like I said, look at the product on the site, scroll down to the red, click on it, you'll see the back label of your number 10 can, scroll down, and then it will come to where it says the shelf life, Best Buy, and then you can scroll over and see your years and your how long it's good for it before it's open. Now, I did a video also where I did muffins, apple oatmeal muffins, and I used my buttermilk, and it's an Augustin product, and I showed you in that video, I guess it wasn't that video, it was my video on Chris Kyle, the Navy SEALs, and a meat and pet prepper video. Anyways, I break down my buttermilk and I put it into food saver bags, and then I pack it back into the number 10 cans. And that will extend that open to 1 year. If you have a number 10 can that has got so much food in it that you can't eat it all, then I highly recommend, like this cheese powder, like the cheese powder, to take your can, open it up, seal it up into food saver bags, smaller packages, like a cup bag, just like a cup of the powder in each bag. And then what I did is I put my food saver bags back into the number 10 cans and sealed it that way. So then when I want more cheese powder, all I've got to do is go pull one of my food saver bags out of the can. That extends that 1 year because you're now taking the oxygen back out of that product. So anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope I didn't rant too much and carry on, but I just wanted to do a more thorough video on Augustin and understanding their shelf life. And I have a blessed day, and God bless you all.